Hello, this is Starshot here to welcome you back to another Let's Play of Legend of Heroes. We last left off finishing up the Grand Arena against the Intelligence Division goons who we trounced thoroughly. And now we are heading off to get our invitation to our lovely dinner party that we so justly won from the tournament. And of course I'm a bit surprised that it's happening right now, apparently. So we'll pretty much have to go ahead and get that done if we want to move further on in the story here. Of course, just in case we run into any trouble or need to heal up, I'll take a visit to the inn here and go ahead and heal. Best and cheapest way I usually find it is to be able to fully heal everything. And then let me just go ahead and check up at the guild, Racer Guild here, and turn in the quest we just did. Oh cool, Junior First Class. And we got the Gladiator Belt as a perk. And let's see. Yeah, just those two quests. So let me take a look at the belt we just picked up. Let's see, Gladiator Belt. CP automatically recovers during battle. So it's a lot like the headband, except it does 10 instead of 5. But I'm kind of good with what we have. I don't want to be too low on defense since it does help in actually blocking some of the damage we'll take. But yeah, now that we've got all that taken care of, we should be good to finally attend our fancy smanchy dinner party here with the soaring and beautifully done violins here we're listening to. Oh, are we going to the castle already? Just to remind you, since we're going to be staying there after the party, we won't be able to leave until morning. But yeah, so this is their subtle way of telling us that if we have anything else we need to do before going, then we should get that done. Otherwise, we're entering a point of no return. So, but I think we should have everything taken care of. If there's any last minute stuff you think you need to do, go ahead. But I'll continue on right here. Well, let's show the gatekeeper our invitations then. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Probably because we don't get invitations to big events like this very often. Hey, this is the castle of Her Majesty the Queen. Unless you have official business here, you need to... Hey. Hi there. We're sorry about the other day. Oh, it's you two. You still staying in town? Yeah, we still have some business to take care of. We have a formal invitation, so by your leave, may we pass? A formal invitation? Received directly from His Grace. What? It's a giant! See? Right here. Written invitation. Let's see. To Zin and his team, in appreciation for your performance in the competition, you are cordially invited to a dinner party. Oh, okay. You guys were in the martial arts competition. Right, and I heard the winning team was led by a huge Eastern guy. So is that you? You got it. We would graciously appreciate your help. Makes sense. The head maid told us you'd be coming. You're missing someone. What happened to him? It's kind of impolite, I know, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it. We're the only ones coming. Ah, well, that's a pity. No matter. Please, go on in. Now entering Zin and Company, victors of the martial arts competition. Open the gate. How many castles really need 2 solid stone doors? Wow. It's like the Hawken Gate, but there's something more impressive about it being part of a castle. I bet it's more solid too, since it's the royal castle. That's part of why it's impregnable. Ever since the nation was established, no enemy has ever broken through the Anhenberg Wall. No idea if I pronounced that right, but that was my best shot. The capital's been ravaged by war numerous times as a result of mutinies and insurrections amongst the nobles. But even then, the castle held the rebel army at bay and protected the royal family and the refugees. Or so the stories say. Wow, that's pretty neat. Very much the sort of tale one would expect from a nation with such history. Now, welcome to Her Majesty's Grancel Castle. Go right on in. You'll be met by a welcoming party inside. Enjoy your evening. Wow! You can say that again. I've never seen anything that compares to this place. It's not just pretty, it's got history. I can really feel the traditions and rules of the old kingdom here. Welcome to Grancel Castle. You are Zen and his team, correct? Captain Amethea. This isn't really unexpected, but even so. That's right, we've come at the invitation of the good Duke. And, you are? Haha, pardon me. I'm Captain Canon Amethea of the Intelligence Division, head of Grancel Castle's defense. I don't really like trying to say her name that often. I think I should just stick with, Amanda or something. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations for your championship victory. Watching the match was truly a spectacular event. You're too kind, really. And may I say, I didn't know that they made women as young and pretty as you into captains. You must do fine work. My, but you are the flatterer. But I'm not so young as your bracer friends. Estelle and Joshua Bright. It's been some time since the incident in Zeus, hasn't it? Yeah, I guess it has. Quite some time. Unfortunately, the matter concerning Professor Russell is yet to be resolved. It appears that he and his granddaughter were abducted by a group of nefarious individuals. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? I'm afraid not. We left that case up to the full-fledged bracers and came to Grancel. We never even heard of the follow-up report on it. I see. That's truly a shame. Excuse me if I sniffle here. I'm a bit congested right now. Well, with the resources of the Intelligence Division, it's only a matter of time before the culprits are arrested. Have no fear on that score. What the hell is with her? Understood. We trust you to take care of the professor. Oh, absolutely. Now, we must show you to your rooms. Shia, if you would please do the honors. Yes, madam. See to their needs. But do not bore them with any idle chatter. Do I make myself clear? Yes, ma'am. I understand. Ha, very good. Now, everyone, I hope you enjoy your evening. For my part, I must bid you farewell. Now that is one fine woman. I hate to say this, Sin, but your taste in women is crap. There's nothing fine about that fox-faced harpy. I think that might just be his favorite type of woman. I just tend to find that women like that turn out to be pretty good people once you peel back a few layers, so to speak. You're hopeless. Not that it matters, but you really do sound like a dirty old man sometimes. Oh, my honor! Oh, sorry about that. You were supposed to show us to our rooms, right? Yes, please allow me. Pardon my not saying before, but I am Shia, a maid here at the castle. Or I guess it's Shay. Yeah, Shay. I will be at your service this evening from the dinner party until the morning. If anything is not to your satisfaction, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you very much. Will you please show us to the room then? Certainly. It's on the second floor. Well, nice to see they show us the way this time. Oh, wow. Get a load of that chandelier. Talk about classy. Hush, Estelle. What's that way? That's the throne room. Her Majesty uses it to receive personal guests. It hasn't seen much use in recent days, though. I see. But is the Queen's condition really that bad? Isn't the birthday celebration coming up soon? Oh, no. It's just that it's the head maid who tends to keep her in the royal keep of late. I shouldn't speak on subjects about which I'm unfamiliar. Come then, shall we? This is the room where you'll be staying. Please, go on in. Okay. Pardon us. Holy Stragas! I never imagined we would ever stay in a place like this. Nice. This will make a good story for later. I believe there is still some time before the party. You are free to explore the castle, but the security areas are off limits. I ask that you refrain from entering those areas. Can you be a little more specific? Most significantly, the royal keep where the queen resides. It is a small palace of sorts built on the garden terrace on the roof. Garden terrace? That sounds nice. The terrace is where Her Majesty greets the people of Grancel from during the birthday festivities. So you cannot go into the royal keep itself, but you may visit the garden terrace if you like. As for the other restricted areas, there's the royal guard room and also the treasury, I believe. The royal guard room. I guess they're still wanted for questioning about that terrorist stuff. Yes. The intelligence division is currently occupying it. Entrance is restricted, so please abide by the rules. Understood. By the way, what are the others who were invited doing? They already have arrived. I imagine they're relaxing in their respective rooms. Alright. So Mayor Klaus is here too? Oh yes, he arrived some time ago. Now if you'll excuse me, I'll be off. If you need anything else, please contact the first floor waiting room. Now then. And Estelle and Joshua exchanged a look that went unnoticed by Zin. Hey, Zin. We want to go and walk around the castle for a little bit. We'll be back in time for the party. Huh? It must be nice to be so young. I'm worn out after the tournament. No problem. Have fun. Me, I'm going to kick back and relax in this oh-so-luxurious room. We need to get as much done as we can before the party starts. First, Julia told us that we should have to talk to the head maid Hilda. I'd like to say hello to the other invitees too. We'll likely know most of them. Yeah, well, I guess we can look around some of the other rooms while we try to look for the maid here. Don't know that guy. Well, it looks like that was the library. Oh, here we go. It's the, Dean. Ah, Joshua, Estelle, you made it. It's been quite a while. Dean Collins? You were invited to the banquet as well, sir? I just arrived today via airship from Ruin. A little mayoral birdie told me you two won the tournament. Jill and everyone else will be so happy to hear it. Thank you. I had no idea we'd be seeing you here, Dean Collins. Yeah, and for anyone who's curious, I'm just trying out this old man voice here. I'm not sure if it's any good or not, though. Dean Collins is a member of the Royal Assembly and a man of great respect in Liberl. It's only fitting he be given a seat at this banquet. A man of great respect, he says. You flatter me, Mayor. What's the Royal Assembly? It's a meeting held once per year to address matters affecting the kingdom. The Queen, mayors of every city, and other representatives all come together to try solving various problems of state. Wow, sounds big. So all those guys have been invited here tonight too? No, I would say only about half. Her Majesty is still ill, and General Morgan is away on official military business. And Mayor Delmore of Ruin was arrested in that nasty affair. And Professor Russell, he is a bit too entrenched in too many unknowns right now. We don't know how true all this talk is of the Royal Guardsmen being involved in some underground terrorist organization. It's hardly the time to be holding a feast at all, if you ask me. Well, we can use this chance to see where Duke Duan stands on all of these issues. We need his permission to have an audience with Her Majesty regardless. Yes, that's the biggest issue here, without a doubt. Barring us from seeing Her Majesty is the height of idiocy and mismanagement. I would like to pay my respects to Princess Kaludia as well, but it's the same story. Princess Kaludia? The Queen's granddaughter, right? Does she live here in the castle? No, it's my understanding her actual residence is elsewhere. But I'm told she comes to the capital as of a few days ago. She's here, then? I'd really love to meet her. I'm sure you'll have a chance. But yeah, so I'm not sure if I'll try to continue doing that. It's a bit hard on my throat sometimes. But let's go ahead and meet with the others. Oh, here we go. Mayor Maybell. And Lily. Joshua, Estelle. Ah, here at last. I kept wondering when you would get here. I was practically counting the seconds. So you were invited here too, Mayor? Hey, wait, you were waiting for us. How did you know we were coming? I heard from Mayor Klaus. I heard about a pair of children who entered the tournament, won its championship, and were invited to a grand royal banquet in the castle. If I had known, I would have cancelled my appointments and come to cheer you on. Beg your pardon, madam. But that would have been quite the impossible, given circumstances. Yes, I'm aware. I'm trying to be polite. Don't worry, I know how busy you must be. I'm sure the Queen has no time to waste at a banquet, what with everything else going on. What is Duke Duan thinking? That captain was so stubborn about inviting me too. I had no real choice but to accept. Do you mean Captain, let's just keep to Amanda for now. Yes, that's her. Her words were polite enough, but she gave me an evil eye while she spoke them. I dare not refuse her request. I hadn't heard from General Morgan in quite some time. Wait, does that mean you haven't heard any word from the Hawken Gate? The General is unavailable, is the longest messages I've been able to wring from them. It would seem he's busy with these anti-terrorist countermeasures or what have you. I had hoped he'd be in attendance at this banquet tonight, but I guess he couldn't pull himself away. What do you think about all of this, Mayor? Putting mayors from every city in the same place at a time like this? Well, if the Queen were to be in attendance, I would expect some announcement of no small importance. But as it is, this feels like the Duke has too much time on his grubby, greasy, chubby hands. He's letting this position of royal proxy go to his head. That sounds about right. But there might still be some kind of official announcement, don't you think? Well, whatever may come of the night, the Grand Chef is the best in all the kingdom. I plan to enjoy the dinner, pay my respects to Her Majesty, and return to Boys post-haste. Well, I think we're just missing a few... Or I think that's just about everyone so far. Let's go ahead and check the throne room here. It's kind of subdued, if you ask me. But the flowers over here are nice. And the chandelier's pretty nice, too. Let's go check the other side here. There might be a few more people left that we may have missed. But so far, it looks like the rooms are just empty. Oh, look, there's even a little store in here. But they don't sell anything, apparently, even if they are offering alcoholic or non-alcoholic. Wait, was there a note over here? Well, there is, but you can't really read it for anything, so... Oh, here we go. Who's this guy? Oh, it's the factory chief. It's hard to tell with some of the character models sometimes. Estelle, Joshua, Mr. Murdoch, I thought you might be here. With mayoral class individuals on the guest list, we had a feeling you might also be in attendance. I must say, I never expected you two to win a tournament championship and end up hobnobbing in Grancel Castle. Cassius kids to the bone you are. It took more than our upbringing to get here. Lots of people helped along the way. So it's been a few days. Have there been any developments? Well, right after you left for the capital, Captain Amanda from the Intelligence Division came knocking. She forced me to come to this banquet, but I kept my mouth shut about Leston Fortress. Professor Russell and company are still on the run, too. Army hasn't found them yet. But the longer we keep this up, the less chance they have. It's really only a matter of time. I asked Captain Amanda if I could see Her Majesty and wish her well, but no luck. I was flat out refused. So in other words, we definitely aren't going to be able to do this the easy way. We sure aren't, but don't you worry because we're totally got that covered. We will get the professor's message to Her Majesty, one way or another. I guess now we should check this next floor here, see what we can find. Oh wow, check that out. This must be the castle's garden terrace. I would say so. You can see the whole lake from here, and it overlooks the town too. Might be great for reconnaissance. As nice as this is, we really don't have time to stop and enjoy it. We got a job to do. But yeah, so now we just need to look around and see what we can find. As he said, you know, some reconnaissance. And see if there's anything else around here. Oh yeah, it looks like we probably just have to keep following the red carpet. And go that way. Oh! This must be the Royal Keep. Who are you? Hey, you two. We're here as guests of the Duke. Is this where Her Majesty lives? Of course it is. But for the last few days, she hasn't been feeling so well. She's not seeing anyone right now. Oh, you got it all wrong. We weren't even thinking of that. I just thought it would be amazing if she were to even take notice of us. Does Princess Claudia? Yeah, I think it's Claudia is pronounced. Sleep here as well? No, it's just... Hey, the princess is focused on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them have time to deal with the likes of you. Might I inquire as to what's going on here? Madam, we didn't know you were back already. The dinner party will be starting soon, so I will be returning to the maids' quarters. And who are our guests? They're from the team that won the martial arts competition. It's only because of that victory that someone of a bracer's social standing would ever be invited here. A bracer's social standing? Such discourtesy! You would insult those who were personally invited to the royal castle. No, that's not what... Those invited by the Duke should be treated with all the respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. I sincerely hope you have not forgotten that. Understood. Wow, she's intense. I wonder who she is. But madam, we can't just allow them to pass. Surely you understand the reasons that the Colonel laid out. Yes, and I'm quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. I am terribly sorry, sir and madam. Security has been heightened, and as such, the royal keep and its surroundings are off limits. If I may ask, would you mind waiting in your rooms until the dinner party begins? Alright. That's fine. We'll do as you ask. I apologize. We weren't trying to cause any trouble. Fine then. Just don't let it happen again. Safe return to you. I apologize that you were subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda. I'm the head maid of Gransel Castle, and I oversee all of the housekeeping duties. Aha! We had a feeling. Forgive my rudeness, but are we previously acquainted? Well, someone told us about you. And it looks like we got to hand over Julia's letter. I know this handwriting. You see? We also have our bracer emblems and identification with us. I see. Please, come with me to the maid's sitting room. We can discuss the matter further once we are there. I understand. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty, correct? Right. If now's not a good time, we can try later, but... No, it's not an issue. But those special opsmen have had the royal keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and hired attendants such as myself are allowed in. Which means that a private audience is probably a no-go. What do you think, Estelle? We could ask Hilda to relay the Professor's message to Her Majesty. No, I'd really rather speak to her face-to-face. There are just too many particulars we don't know that we really need to discuss directly. Like what Duke Duan and Colonel Richard are after. Estelle and Joshua? I have a bit of an idea. Could I get you to return here once the dinner party is over? Why? Have you thought of a way for us to see Her Majesty? I believe I have. It may be difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I'm going to need some time to get ready, so can you come back after the dinner party? Awesome! Understood. We'll be back then. I'll be waiting. Food prep is done, so I think we'll begin serving shortly. For now, it's probably best for you to wait in your room. And it looks like that's kind of where we'll go for now. Okay, so it looks like we're up on the first floor here, so I'll have to remember that for when we return. Hey guys, talk about being late. The party's about to start, you know. Sorry, we got so caught up in sightseeing that we lost track of time. Plus, we also talked to all of the mayors. Well, aren't we well connected? We're close friends with the mayor of Roland. Plus, we've met the other mayors in the course of our travels. Ah, I see. I guess your work as bracers has caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You two sure get around for junior bracers. Yeah, you might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Gransel? I guess it's not all that different in other countries, right? Right. For a full-fledged bracer, nationality isn't an issue when it comes to your work. The prelim fights and legal procedures at the embassy keep me too busy to get any actual work done, though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, which isn't so bad. Normally that would be enough to handle most cases, I would imagine. But with all of them concentrated in Gransel, that might make it tough to handle any cases in other regions. Hahaha, yeah, could be. Ugh, I feel like a goose just walked over my grave. I wonder what's going on with Shahara back in Roland. Now that name rings a bell. You wouldn't happen to be talking about Scheherazade, would you? You know her? She's our mentor, and she's been a close friend for ages. Oh, okay, makes sense. I met her a long time ago when a case brought her to Calavard. She was fortunate to have a good master working with her from such a young age. Her master? Yeah, probably Dad. Please pardon me, the table for the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way? Sure, I was getting bored with waiting anyhow. Alright, wanna go and eat fancy? Sure, that fight left me starving. Let's go dig in. Come on, you two. I would be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once. This is a dinner party, right? What's with all the empty plates then? Plenty of knives and forks, though. That's because it's a formal dinner. Everything comes out in a specific order, starting with hors d'oeuvres. Then you use the knives and forks from the outside in. And that's all part of having good table manners? And here comes the anxiety attack. It's really not so bad. It does mean that you have to get some of the finest foods available. Manners and etiquette are secondary. Indeed, indeed. I'm told that you're acquainted with everyone who will be attending. No need to get stressed out. Yeah, I guess that's true. Please, don't encourage her. Oh, on that note, is the gentleman accompanying you going to be okay with a knife and fork? I'm told that folks from the East usually eat with chopsticks. You've done your research. However, I'm a firm believer in when in liberal do as the librarians do policy. I'm not especially skilled with them, but I will use a knife and fork. My, how elegantly handled. I'm impressed. You're as much a gentleman as you are a martial arts champion. Ha ha ha, you flatter me. Boy, he really is a complete sucker for a pretty face. I think he's more being polite than a lech, though. Anyway, His Grace is really late. I wonder what he's up to. Indeed. So, if the seat at the head of the table is for the Duke, then who might that other one be for? Indeed. Perhaps it is intended for Princess Claudia. Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. My humblest apologies for the delay. Presenting His Grace the Duke. Well then, I must apologize for making you wait so. I'm afraid that I was in a meeting from which I simply could not break away. This gentleman is Colonel Richard, commanding officer for the Royal Intelligence Division. I've invited him here to thank him for his tireless efforts in helping to deal with the terrorist situation. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I'm quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by our Honorable Duke. I ask that you pardon my uncouth soldier's uniform and allow me to sit with you. You gotta be kidding. We're having dinner with him? I suspected this might happen, but it's still unnerving. Haha, excellent, excellent! What say you, Mayor Maybell? What do you think of Gransel Castle's master chef? Is his cooking not on par with that found in Bois Anteros at the restaurant? Yes, it's quite remarkable. The wine selection also perfectly complements the meal. I almost want to try hiring him away. Ha ha, you are not the first to say such things. And what a view's in, wasn't it? Is the food to your liking? Oh, it's excellent. I don't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe I could develop a real taste for librarian cuisine, though. Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. And you, young bracers, I imagine you've never experienced such fine foods in your life before. It's extremely delicious. Far more worthy of being associated with the royal family than the person who invited us. Indeed, it is a genuine treat. It's certainly delicious food, and we couldn't miss a chance to attend so prestigious an event as this. Thank you very much for your gracious invitation. Very kind of you to say so. I do finally remember what my butler has been telling me about. We met before during the ruin incident. Perhaps our fates are linked in some bizarre fashion. Yes, sir, maybe so. So he'd forgotten all about us until his butler reminded him. Come, let us put social classes and ranks aside for the evening. Food is abundant and the wine flows freely, so enjoy to your heart's content. Your Grace, if we could, I'd like to do as we discussed first. Ah, yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say to you fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use this celebration as the place to make an important announcement. An announcement? And what might that be? I believe I'll allow Colonel Richard to explain in detail. Thank you. As you are no doubt already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health of late. However, she has been recovering and may grace us with a public appearance soon. Ah, that's excellent news. Could we possibly go and check in on her? Unfortunately, she does not consider that to be a wise decision at the moment. Within a few days, it seems likely that the terrorists plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebrations will be held as originally planned. Well, the citizens will surely be happy to hear the news, as they have been looking forward to it. But surely that is not all you wish to tell us. Right, if that were all, you could have just sent along a message. Indeed, you are correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover as was previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she has also issued a proclamation. Due to her tenuous health, she has stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne and turn over royal authority to her nephew, Duke Duan. What? Is this true? Joshua, this is... Yeah, the conspiracy finally makes its appearance. I was surprised when Her Majesty first broached the subject as well, but her illness has left her quite frail. But it is only natural. She has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, leading it through times of strife and war, all without a husband, might I add. Given that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties following the festival's successful conclusion. As the heir to the throne, the decisions are mine to make. How terrible. Is Her Majesty's condition truly that severe? I'm ashamed that I've never noticed any signs in any of our annual visits. Isn't this far too serious a matter to discuss at what is supposedly a casual dinner? Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to stretch credulity. Sorry, I'm having trouble pronouncing this last one. Credulity. I think that's right, but who knows. Mayor Maybell, are you saying that you cannot take His Grace at his word? No, nothing of the sort. I simply mean that, as an elected official, I don't understand why the successor to the throne can't be elected in the same fashion. That's true. If possible, I would like to hear this directly from Her Majesty. Your unease is quite understandable, but we do ask that you try to maintain your composure and allow us to continue. As mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Could you be persuaded to shelve your doubts until then? Well, the issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. This is why we're telling the leaders first, to help stave off any chaos or public disorder before it happens. This was also the decision of His Grace. Ahem, well yes, this is true. Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions. The other nations on the continent will have their eyes on us, and we must be watchful for any action on the part of the Umbronians. Surely you can see why it is necessary to show unified support for the new king. This is the world in which we are going to be living. He makes it all sound so rational. Yeah, he's quite the master manipulator. In other words, the official decree will be given during the birthday celebrations. But you thought it would be best to inform us first so that we can be prepared for any issues that may arise, correct? I'm glad to see that we have an understanding. If this all comes to pass, we're going to find ourselves quite busy. Yes, and we'll have to announce it to the citizens. I have a question. I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, is there not another who also has the same right of succession? Well, no doubt you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. It is true that she and His Grace have an equal claim to the throne. But it would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age. And I must say, I agree with her wisdom in this matter. I should hardly like to impose such responsibilities upon a girl so young. Yes, absolutely. For the time being, I believe it would be best for Claudia to find a fine marriage prospect. Though it is strictly informal, there is already interest from the royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year. Oh my. I understand. If that happens, then we'll have two major events to celebrate. I honestly think she's a bit young for marriage. Excuse me, may I ask a question? Zin? I don't mind. Speak freely. Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't sound like the kind of conversation you would want outsiders hearing. Particularly a foreigner. So, how come you're making this announcement now? That is solely because of the serendipitous turn of events that allowed Bracers to win the championship. We had wanted to inform the guild of this in advance as well. I've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty. Gotcha. I guess Libro's military and Bracers are on just as good of terms as the stories say. Ha! That is because we lack the military strength of the Empire or the Republic. The harsh reality is that keeping close relations with each other is a must. In any event, do you now understand our intentions? Yeah, alright. We'll pass on what we've learned here to the guild then. Man, I've heard some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. I mean, I'm a foreigner after all, so it's not that big of a deal for me. I'd bet that it was huge news for you guys, though. Of course it was. I can't believe things have gone this far already. Huh? Never mind. But really, what a shame. That food was so amazing, and it practically melted in my mouth. Couldn't tell what that last flavor was, though. Understandable enough. But anyway, did you want to go in for a walk to work off some of that rich food, Estelle? Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air. You just played a tourist a little while ago, and now you want to take an after-dinner walk? I sure don't get it. Must be a local thing. I think you're exaggerating a little bit. You haven't gone out to take in the sights. There is a lot of historic architecture around here, you know. If the mood hits me, I may still give it a shot. On the other hand, the kitchen may still have some food left over. You gotta be kidding. You're still hungry? If you had a blade to my throat, my dying wish would be some liquor and a snack. I might go and hunt up a bar or something in a little bit. But, yeah, so you'll have to join us next time when we head over to the maid's quarters and find out what Hilda's plan is to get us to see the Queen. So until next time, have fun gaming.